Hi, it's Matilda here again. Now that we've learned a little about HTML, it's time to learn about CSS. In this video, we will talk more about what CSS is and how to write it. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it's what gives HTML all the colors, sizes, and all other styling. If we think of HTML as the skeleton or body of a web page, the CSS is all the clothes and makeup. Maybe you remember our image from before that Marie painted. Let's have a look at how to write CSS on the whiteboard. Okay, let's go through some common CSS rules. All HTML elements have some default styling, like size and color. So let's say we have an H1 that says Hello World. The H1's default color is black, and if we want to change that color, that's where the CSS comes in. The first thing we do is we select the element that we want to style. In this case, that's the H1. So we write H1 as the selector. Eventually, we will write styling rules that apply to the H1 element, but in order to write these rules, we need to write opening and closing tags. The opening and closing tags in CSS look a little different from HTML. We use the curly brackets to do this. So everything we write inside these curly brackets, those rules will apply to the H1. So this is the selector, this is the opening curly bracket, and the closing curly bracket. And everything we write inside will apply to the H1. But I will not have any room to write anything within these curly brackets, so I will take this away for now to be able to write the actual rules. To specify a rule, we write the different CSS properties. And one property we can use is color, and it lets you change the text color. So in order to write a rule, I will write color, and that's the name of the property. And after the property, you write a colon, and then the value. And here you can write a hex code or just an actual color. So I will write pink for now. And after you write the rule, you end with a semicolon. And that's how the CSS knows that this line is one rule. We can also change the background color of an element, and then we can use the property background. So we write it in the same way. The property's name, colon, and then the value. And end with a semicolon. Maybe we also want the headline to be bigger than it is. We can use the property font size to change the text size. So I will write the property font size, colon, and then I will write the size. And I will go for 50 pixels for now. And end with a semicolon. And as soon as I feel like I'm done with the rules for my H1, I will end this block of code with the closing curly bracket. So we have the selector, we have the opening bracket, and we have the closing bracket. And within the bracket, we have all the rules that should apply to the H1. That was some CSS for text. These rules that we have written here for the H1 could also be used for the paragraph. If you want to change the text color of a paragraph, you could use the color property for that as well. Let's look at how we can style an image as well. I'll erase this. Okay, a lot of images are really big. So two properties that can come in handy when it comes to images are width and height. Let's begin with writing the selector image. So this is the same as the actual HTML tag. So img for image, and then curly bracket to open the code block where we will write the rules. And the first rule I will write is width. And colon. And then here I will write the value of the width, so the actual size. I will write 200 pixels. And end the rule with semicolon. I can also specify the height if I want. And colon. And I want it to be square, so I will write 200 pixels here as well. And end with a semicolon. Maybe we also want to add a border around our image. When we use the property border, we need to specify the size, the style, and the color of the border. So I will write the border as a property first. And colon. And first I will write the size, which is maybe 2 pixels is enough. And then I will write the style of the border, and I will go for solid. And then the color of the border, and I will just go for black right now. And end it with a semicolon. Okay, so now we have some rules for styling an image. But in order for these to work, we need to write the closing tag, because right now we only have an opening curly bracket. So I will close this off with a beautiful curly bracket. And there we have some styling for our image. That was some basic CSS, some useful rules that we will write in the next video. Let's hop to CodePen and try it out in code.
Abba,